Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. We're live on a Friday, as we usually are, to do the Friday weekly wrap-up. That's when we do a vibes check on your week. How'd it go? What did you learn? If you happen to have been here on Monday, and you remember what card you got on Monday, let us know. No, certainly not required, but it's nice to see, the Monday card and the Friday card, and how do they go together? That's a fun exercise. I do want to let you know, tarot scopes for the month of August are now available. So if you haven't gotten yours already, when we're done here, hop right over there. Hey, Sirius Shakir, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. All right. First of all, thank you everyone for being here, and I want to say a big thank you to Lisa Harmon for being a member and for a very generous super chat. To who? And Justine, thank you for being a member, thanks for being a moderator, and thank you for the generous super sticker. Really appreciate it. So y'all, I am using light seers. Again, I know I've been really heavy with the light seers recently. I'm just into it. And it's what I used for tarot scopes this month. So, there it is. It's what we're doing. All right. You ever have that happen where you just kind of get stuck on a deck? And it's not the deck I'm stuck on for professional reading. It's the deck I'm stuck on for y'all. I mean, not that this isn't professional, but what I mean is, like, for my client sessions right now, I'm using my Wiser deck, which is also a deck I'm stuck on. But for broadcast stuff, it's light seers. Why is that? I do not know. And never before in my career have I had work decks for different things. That's a whole new phenomenon for me. So, whatever. There it is. All right. And the first request is Lisa Harmon. Oh, but you know what? Before we do that, we have to do a card for the collective. And I remember what we do here. Let's see, the first one I see, and I know a few of you have gotten really good at recording the cards and reading them back for me because I don't record them. First one I see is Marion Newberry. Marion, thank you so much for being a member, and thank you for doing this. Collective cards to start the week were the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Swords, and I told you all to go back to bed. Yeah, was it a tough week? I think it was a tough week in a lot of ways for a lot of people. But here we are. Here we are for the collective. Ending the week with the King of Pentacles. My friends, we got through it. We did what we had to do. Of course, we didn't go back to bed because, of course, we couldn't go back to bed. But we got through it. We did a good job. We rose to the occasion. And there's probably an important lesson there. That even if you start out without the, there's that initiatory energy where you're like, oh, I'm here for it and I'm ready. And I feel like we did not start the week with that energy. But we still finished strong. So how good is that? All right. Now, Lisa Harmon, you're up first. Again, thanks for being a member. Thanks for the super chat. You started with the 10 of Swords and came back for more. Pleased with tarot sprinkles. All right. Thank you so much. So you started with the 10 of Swords. And you're going to end with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So in a way, I look at this whole story as like what's been going on with the brain tumor and like literally the death of the tumor that you have reported to us recently. Like I see that. But I also feel if I see the 10 of Swords reversed and the Ace of Pentacles reversed, if I remember correctly, you've also recently retired. I have to interrupt you for 1 second, Lisa. I am so sorry. But to be in my integrity, my mind just left the reading for a minute because I saw Marion Newberry's comment come in which is, I just misheard you. You said we rose to the occasion, and I heard we roasted the occasion, which now I just think that's so funny. And I was internally laughing and could not continue until I acknowledged how funny that is. And I think roasting the occasion should be like you know how you have, what is it? A fam grammar girl has this thing like family has like words that are within their family language. I forget what she calls it. But I think within our family here, roasting the occasion should be part of our language. I'll find out what she calls those things. I'll report back on that. All right. Marion, no, that was fabulous. Nothing to be sorry for. Lisa, I do apologize to you. But that gave me more time to think about, okay, the 10 of Swords starting the week and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I do think that during this whole time, didn't you retire? And so there is this whole sense of, okay, you retired to handle this thing. And now it feels like this thing is handled. So there's almost the sense of, okay, this was a week of maybe coming to the end of some chapters and figuring out what to do next. I'm not going to lie, Lisa, it feels like this was a heavy week. Maybe there's something else going on that I don't know about that would, just sort of discuss this heaviness. But on the other hand, it also feels like relief. And it's relief of hard things, right? Like the Ace of Pentacles reversed can be the relief, like literally the relief and release of this health issue. The 10 of Swords, my friend and StarCon 2024 intensive presenter, Mary Ellen Collins, about the 10 of Swords says, stick a fork in me, I'm done. And so I think there's a lot here, Lisa, about this week. You may have just thought about all the things you're done with and letting go of stuff, and that might have been the week. So let me know how that all feels. And once again, thank you so much. Thanks for your patience, and thanks for being a member, and thanks for the very generous super chat. Really appreciate you. Christina R. is up next. All right, Monday was the Queen of Wands reversed for you. And we end with the 8 of Swords reversed. So even if you hadn't messaged me yesterday to tell me the good news, with this card, I would know that finally, as we round out this week, that a big anxiety is perhaps lifted. It's not ideal, it's not the ideal situation, but it's at least a situation. So that feels really good. Now, for Karen had the 6 of Cups to start the week and ends with the 10 of Swords reversed. And I mean, for both of you, it's like these mixed blessings, right? I think for Karen is either experiencing or worried about experiencing a repetitive thing that has been difficult. Like, this always happens. Why does this always happen? I would really think that it would be good for Karen to sort of look at patterns that are repeating right now and to sort of see what can be done to change that, whether it's personal, professional, internal, or external. Feedback from Lisa. It may have been a heavy week, but I finally got a good night's sleep. Very good. And I feel like I shed a lot of stress. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Marion Newbury, you are up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Your Monday card was Hermit reversed. Look at this. You get the King of Pentacles, which was also the collective card. And you're also the one who gave me, you were the first one in line to give me, that I saw, to give me the cards for the collective. So somehow that connects in my brain as auspicious, right? You started with Hermit reversed, and now you're ending with King of Pentacles. that makes me feel like you might have had a good mix of work and play this week, that you might have kept good balance, taking care of responsibilities, but also being able to have some fun, which, is a good thing. Christine Hallowell, thanks for the reminder on the collective cards. Your card was the Two of Swords reversed. So you start with the two. Jeez! Okay, my friends. Let's talk about something here. Let's talk about repetitive cards, stalker cards, echo cards, whatever you want to call them. We're going to do a class on them in September. And you can see freaking why. If we talk about chances, okay, 1 in 78 chance that the same card would come up again, but double that it would come up reversed. What are the freaking chances? Those are the freaking chances, so it's like not high probability, but here we are. So, Christine. I went back up to Christina, but I'm actually talking to Christine Hallowell right now. Christine. And don't you hate it, Christine, I'm Christiana. Don't you hate it when people get the variation of your name wrong? Like, I think Christine is a beautiful name, but it's not my name. And a lot of people think it is. Anyway, so what am I going to say about this, Christine? I feel like you may be in a place where you're a little stuck. And I don't know if it's internal or external, something going on inside you or something that you're dealing with out here. But with the Two of Swords reversed, there's like this lack of peace, like you're not settled. You're not settled, and I know you just moved, and maybe it could be an unsettled feeling from moving, and maybe you felt that all week. But I wonder if you're stuck on the horns of a dilemma, trying to make a decision. I wonder if you're not at peace with something. And so, Christine, I think it's super important for you to really look at the Two of Swords reversed and look at all the things it could mean, and most specifically, in what ways are you not at peace, and what can you do to ground yourself into a sense of peace and serenity, number one. Number two, is there a decision that you're having a hard time making? Do you feel like you're trapped between a rock and a hard place? If so, you're going to have to figure that out. That's a thing. All right. Justine, I hate being called Justina more than anything in the world. And when you first came on this channel, I did a couple of times because of your last name. And I was like, oh man, I am doing to her the thing I hate most. And I felt really bad about it. But you forgave me and we became friends, and that makes me happy. All right. I forgive people who do it to me too, as long as they learn eventually. All right. Gita Rutledge, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Justine, you are actually up next. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. And thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. So Monday was the Six of Pentacles. Healing and managing your energetic expenditure was the name of the game this week. Yeah, that makes sense. And here is a wrap-up card for you. The Nine of Swords reversed. The thing is, I really believe that as you're healing from this thing, you're healing from other things too. You know, you are using this downtime. You are using this energy of this downtime. And you've been on a healing journey for a long time, of course. But this healing journey having to do with the thing that you just got done, which has been like weird and traumatic over time, you're healing from a lot, not just the surgery, but a lot. And the healing process is good and appropriate. So well done. Way to take an unfortunate situation and use it for your benefit. We all need to learn to do that, right? Hey, Joyce Ocean, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Joyce Ocean, who is Dion C. Monsanto, will be a presenter at StarCon 2024, just saying. And you all have gotten to know her here, so I know you can't wait to meet her and to hear what she has to say. All right. Joyce Ocean. Two of Cups reversed. So you started with, see, here's the story, man. Nine of Cups is like this card of happiness and wishes fulfilled, right? Two of Cups reversed is like, I'd like a boyfriend, please. I'd like a good partner, please. I'd like to have the right romantic relationship. So I feel like this week you are really working on, you're really working on the balance between gratitude for all that is, manifesting what you want for the future, and kind of bummed because of what's not here right now, both in terms of love and maybe also sort of money or whatever. So I think you're finding the balance, and the balance is what we need to do. Smile Soul 20, my friend. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Here's a card for the wrap-up. Justice reverse. Smile Soul 20, my good friend. Is it possible that you felt not treated fairly this week? Let me say it again. Did you feel treated unfairly this week? I feel like there's something going on where you're feeling out of balance or treated unfairly, and it doesn't feel good. And I feel like it needs to be addressed, and you have to be careful how you address it, because if you address it, unfortunately, if you address it the wrong way, you can make matters worse. So I feel like part of the key here, is to take your time to figure out what's going on and figure out what you want to do about it. That's the advice. Adrija, so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Monday was the 8 of Wands. And now we have the Sun. So we started out the week like, wow, energy is flying, flying, flying. And now it feels like there may be ways that you are actually feeling, dare I say, happy, that you're enjoying yourself. Or, I mean, I feel like this has been a good week. Just saying. Smile Soul 20, yes, not valued. I'm so sorry. We value you. I'm so sorry. That's so hard to feel not valued at work. Oh my gosh. Lisa Harmon, be forewarned, I'm in a good mood. Excellent, excellent. Okay, Madiha Ness, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. You had the King of Swords reversed on Monday. Ugh. Let's see. How did this week turn out for you? As good as could be. Start with that start. What are we going to expect? Ending with the 9 of Wands. You're doing what you need to do. You're showing up for what you need to show up for. I think there's a lot going on that is kind of hitting you hard. And there's a lot going on where you're really in your feelings. I wonder if artists are hit extra hard by Venus retrograde. I would imagine that you would be, just saying. But the fact is, you're strong, you're capable, you're doing what you need to do, you're fine. It's just not the easiest right now. And the advice is be vigilant, but don't be hypervigilant. And Maria, you're up next, but I just want to read Nessa's comment. The tarot newsletter spread this week, everyone should check out. You know what? I just did that in a PDF. I'm trying to figure out how to deliver it to y'all because I just made it up nice and pretty because everyone liked it. I'm still thinking about my cards. Something I'm trying to do is go back to a reading on a different day and take a second look. That is so smart. That is really the right thing. That is so good. And thank you. Thank you. I feel like it's one of the best spreads I've ever created. And I did it probably didn't take me more than 20 minutes to come up with the idea and put it together. But it was like one of those flashes, you know how that can happen of, oh, this could be really good. And then I did it for myself. I was like, oh, good. And other people seem to think so too. All right, Maria Baresi, you are up next. For you and for Anthony, most certainly. Ooh, I just had one of those shuffling moments. You can't see what just happened. Cards did not go on the floor, but they ended up like that. Have you ever had that where they just like refuse to go together? Of course, I'm blaming it on the cards and not my awkward shuffling. All right. All right. Maria. Wrapping up your week, Maria. Knight of Swords reversed. You know that U2 song, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For? That's the song I wish to be singing for you right now, but I'll not. But I feel like this week has been frustrating. I feel like you're looking for some solutions, you're looking for some answers, and you haven't found them. I think you have to keep looking. That's the key. And Anthony, you know, I think you're in kind of the same space, Anthony, and maybe this is a conversation the two of you are having about what's working and what's not working. Anthony, I feel like as you look toward what you're doing and what your future goals are, there's some things that you're not sure of what will happen or not sure of what you want, and not sure of which compromises you're willing to make. And so I think for both of you, you know, individually and or together, there is a conversation about what do we do next? What's available to us and what should we do? Nalini Kalu, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Cards for you and Brad, most certainly. For you, Nalini, was this a tough week? We got the Tower. So that could be an interesting thing. It was just a hard week. It could be something very significant, either welcome or unwelcome happened. It could also be that you had some breakthrough of enlightenment. That something cracked open for you and you felt a different way, or you learned something, or you understood something, or you found some sense of freedom. So I wonder which that was, but one way or the other, it's freaking powerful. Brad. The Chariot reversed. So Brad, it feels like for you, you can like move forward a little bit and then something happens and then you're still feeling sort of stuck, like you're not moving forward. And I feel like something happened this week that made you feel that way. It may have been, you know, something logistical that happened. Literally could have been a car issue, for example. Or just something where you felt like you weren't in the driver's seat, or you didn't have mastery, or you didn't know what to do, or things weren't going the way you wanted and you didn't feel like you had any agency to correct it. And I feel like this can be an issue for you from time to time. And so if it keeps repeating, if that feeling keeps coming up for you, it feels like there is something there for you to explore. Catherine Fan, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. I shuffled. Okay, for you, Catherine Fan, I actually am wondering specifically about travel. I am wondering if you're thinking about travel, planning a trip, canceling a trip, not sure about a trip. I wonder if that came up as a conversation this week. Beyond that, though, I wonder about your plans for your future. When you think about your future and what you want, what you don't want, how you're trying to make things work, like what is all that and what can you do with all of that? I feel like there may be some thoughts, some frustrations, but maybe a need for some more thoughts about your future. And maybe there are possibilities there that you want that you don't think are possible, but really are. Just saying. Jackie Masters, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Thanks for sharing the collective cards. And you gave a larger summary. Patience, self-care, leaning into emotional health, paying attention to money and career. Yep. Makes sense after I told everybody to go back to bed. What was your card? Oh, Jackie, where's your card? Hang on a minute. Your card was the 8 of Wands reversed. I'm just going to go ahead and do you right now, Jackie, because you're on my mind. And so you have the 8 of Wands reversed to start. And now the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So reversed 8s, Jackie. You know, you're a tarotist yourself. So think about, like, what would you do with 2 reversed 8s? What would you think about there? For me, I feel like it's how things are moving forward and how they aren't. I mean, clearly things really are moving forward, but I feel like this week might be really frustrating. This week you might have seen like all the problems you just stepped into and what we're going to do about it, and you may not be sure what we're going to do about it yet. You may now have seen all the problems and not be sure about the solutions. So it may be a tough week, but don't judge this whole thing just on this week. Okay. Oh, Catherine Fan, you just bought a plane ticket this week. A family emergency came up and you're flying home. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And you got, the chariot reversed. So, a trip that you wouldn't have preferred to have to take. Joanne Ellis, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Who's up next? Mix you here. Thanks for being here. Michelle, glad you're here. On Monday, you had the King of Wands. Today, it's your wrap-up card. The 5 of Swords reversed. I think, Michelle, while this is mixed, certainly, I'd rather see the 5 of Swords reversed than upright. And the King of Wands is such a good and powerful card. I think you are finding your blessings. I think you're creating your blessings. I think you're compromising with the universe when you have to make things work. That's what you did this week. It's not the easiest, but it is working and is the right way to do it. Barbie Bird, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Your card Monday was the 8 of Swords reversed. That's a nice way to start the week, certainly, in its reversal. And now we have the 2 of Cups reversed. I am wondering if this week you spent some time thinking about relationships. That could be romantic, friends, family, your relationship with things like money, time, whatever. And what's working and what's not working, and figuring out maybe how to restructure that or how to manage that. Oh, Jackie, thanks for that feedback. Oh, and Ness, Taroscopes this month, spot on with what's going on so far. All right. And Mix You Here, Michelle, very mixed bag, makes sense. All right. Justine, a wrap-up card for your mother. Of course. Okay, for Janine, the Sun reversed. So, Janine, I think this week you tried really hard to stay positive, to be in your light, to be the light. Sometimes felt better than others, right? Sometimes felt better than others. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to be a little up and down in what you're feeling. It's okay to be frustrated with that. I think the whole key going forward is just recognizing that you have the ability to be happy and finding how to approach happiness. None of us will be happy all the time, but finding what makes you happy and how to approach happiness is probably the journey. All right. DH, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Monday's card, you had the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and how did your week go? Let's see. 3 of Wands reversed. I feel like you're going through something this week, DH. I'm just going to go out on a little bit of a limb here and say, I don't think this was probably the easiest week, and it may reflect a larger thing that you're tending to right now in your life. I think you are doing a good job taking care of what you need to take care of, but I think the focus is and must be very much kind of just like where we're at right now and what we have to deal with right now. Eventually, and sooner rather than later, we hope, you're going to get to a place where you can kind of look more further out to the future and what you're manifesting and what you're creating and what you want. And you'll have more control over that in the near future than you do now. How about that? Barbie, how very Venus retrograde of me, right? I definitely have been thinking and reevaluating my relationships this week. Yeah. Just remember, with Venus retrograde, don't make any snap decisions in any direction. This is not the best time to say, oh yeah, we've been dating for 3 weeks. We should try to get pregnant. No, bad idea. Bad idea. Not that I think you're doing that, Barbie. Just as an example of the sort of unhinged relationship ideas people get during the difficult time of Venus retrograde. Yeah. All right. Autumn Pond, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Here is a card wrapping up your week, the Ace of Wands. I think you did good creative work this week. There may have been some things you found frustrating, but I think overall you were able to work on some projects and really be in your creative energy in an exciting way. Teresa, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Monday was the King of Swords. And we end with the Devil. So Teresa, I mean, you are really balancing a lot. And there's a lot there to deal with. You know, there's immediate crises, there's crises of the past that have created trauma, immediate trauma, past trauma, all kinds of stuff, plus just trying to get done what you need to get done, and you knew this would be hard. And this is what you meant when you said this was going to be hard. Here's the hard part. You had some of the hard part this week. I think you're getting through it. I think you're doing it, and that's okay. And I am not being unsympathetic when I say it's okay that it's hard. It's supposed to be. Liz Harrison, thanks for being here, and you have become a member. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Monday was the 10 of Swords, and thanks for using members only emojis. Monday you had the 10 of Swords. And now we have the Chariot reversed, which is you're like the third person this has come up for today. I feel like this was a bit of a tough week for you. I think it was a tough week for a lot of people, as predicted by that 3-card weekly reading on Monday. But this week you may have felt a little stuck. You may have felt stuck in your feelings. You may have felt stuck in some circumstances. And the key is going to be like, how do you get unstuck? And I think the way to get unstuck is to recognize the areas where you do have control, where you do have agency, and move forward in those areas. All right. Oh, it was the Knight of Swords. That's okay. My interpretation stays the same. Teresa, yeah. All right. Yeah, because I can't read. There it is. But that's okay. Interpretation stays the same. Claire C., thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I had the Three of Pentacles on Monday. Here is a wrap-up card for you. Starting with the Three of Pentacles, ending with death. I feel like you are really going through some changes. Like when you first retired, you went through some changes, and now you're going through some changes again. It's like now, it's like you've been in, like you came out of the room of employment, and you haven't yet gone into the room of what retirement really looks like. You're just hanging out in the lobby. But I think you're thinking about what that room is really going to look like. Okay, and Sirius Shakir, once again, thanks for stopping by. Karen Hendershot, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Here is a wrap-up card. Okay, Karen Hendershot, here we go. Your wrap-up card is the Three of Wands reversed, and I think this week you're really thinking about what it looks like going forward. What it looks like with Finley, what it looks like with your life, just what do you want, and what can you do, and really trying to think about your way forward. That place of contemplation is not an easy place to be, but I think it's been good and been important. Hey, Lit, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks so much for being here. It's been a bit of a strange week. Like in a nice way. Just wondering if I'm making wise choices lately. Oh, well, now I'm very interested about how your week has been. Let's take a look. How's your week been? We are all very curious. Justice reversed, you may be a little out of balance. I'm not going to say unwise choices, but I'm saying you may be leaning in a direction that puts you out of balance, so you're going to want to be observant and careful. Justine, that's smart. This is the official community readings deck. That's what we'll call it, community readings. I love that. We're all totally cool with that. It's a neat deck. Yes, of course I'll use other decks too, but yeah, it is feeling that way. Okay. Gina Rutledge, you are up next. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for being a member. We really appreciate you. Here is a card today for this week. All right. Gina, Three of Cups reversed. I feel like this week there may have been some interpersonal questions. It could be friends, it could be family, it just could be you being lonely and wanting to get out with friends or wanting to make new friends or not being happy with some things going on within a community of which you are a member. And so this begs a question, which is like, how's your social life? How's your community interaction? Where is it not going the way you want? And what do you want to do about it? That seems to be the question at hand. Let me know how that makes sense. Okay, Lit, that does make some sort of sense for me. So good. Melissa, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. You started with the Hierophant reversed. And you end with the Empress. So when we have a week with major arcana on both ends, like that feels like a significant week. So look at the week and see what happened. See what happened this week in terms of personal, professional, whatever that was standout. What stands out this week? Because something does. So figure that out. Starting with the Hierophant reversed and ending with the Empress, Melissa, you know, my very feminist, very pagan, very patriarchy smashing self is looking at all of that and is like, ooh, girl. Starting with the Hierophant reversed, ending with the Empress, you did something. either internally or externally, about your own empowerment, or maybe at work you were able to empower a woman or speak out in favor of women in some way. Maybe you found some healing this week on a very deep level. Maybe very specifically, you found some healing that is going to help you move forward when it comes to love. So this feels powerful to me. Kathy, it is so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Your card Monday was the Fool reversed. And here we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So 2 reversals, you may be feeling a little ungrounded. But with the Four of Pentacles reversed, I feel like this week you may have taken the risk to step outside your comfort zone in some way. And this may work out for you very, very well. So, risky behavior is considered, risky. But on the other hand, sometimes it's really, really necessary to take small risks to get big rewards. And I just feel like you might have sussed that out this week, or I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, but that's how it shows up. Okay, Kimmy, nice to see you. I feel like a lot of the family is here today. Glad you're here. All right. Mix you here. No, not mix you. I'm looking at your name, but right above you is Kimmy, and this is for Kimmy. I pulled this for Kimmy. Kimmy. 2 of Swords reversed. I feel like this week you've been in a bit of a push-pull situation, trying to figure something out, trying to figure out what's going to work. And I feel like it's been uncomfortable. So I don't think this has been the easiest week, but I feel like you're trying to solve a problem. And I don't think you have the solution yet, but I just feel like in the right time you will. It's good to keep looking, but don't be stressed about it. In the right time you will. Joyous Ocean, yes, you missed your card. Oh, maybe not, though, because Michelle says not yet. But I think I have done you by now. I do. I'm now scrolling back just to make sure. Did I do you? Yes, you started with the 9 of Cups and ended with the 2 of Cups. I absolutely remember. All right. Adrija, a card for Rinky. Monday, Rinky had the 9 of Wands reversed. And now the 3 of Cups reversed. I have a feeling, Adrija, that Rinky's having a really good time with you and doesn't want you to have to leave. Seriously. I also, though, I feel like for Rinky, having you here has been such a delight, but it's also extra energy. So on one hand, she doesn't want you to leave. On the other hand, she will probably have some time to relax, and that will probably be good for her as well as it will for you. So Rinky, the important energy this week has really been about managing social engagements, and that's a good week, right? Okay, Joanne Ellis, thank you for asking a very complete question. I really appreciate that. If you can join us tomorrow on Saturday, when we do the Saturday Psychic Sampler, I will be more than happy to answer it. That was a very well-worded question, and I appreciate your effort. Unfortunately, on Fridays, what we do is a card to wrap up the week. It may be the card that comes up can be interpreted to answer your question, and if so, I will do so. Let's take a look and see what happens. The Five of Swords reversed. So when I see the Five of Swords reversed, I tend to think about compromises. I tend to think about how we make things work. And Joanne, I think this is more speaking to your week this week than your concern about your daughter. I feel like this week was not the easiest week for you, and yet you did a very, very, very good job making things work, finding solutions, moving forward nonetheless. So very well done. Come back tomorrow, please. It'll be 12:30 Eastern time, and you can ask your question then. Hey, Dr. Gaudet, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. A card for you. Yes, indeed. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. I think you did some good stuff this week. You may have had some fun. You may have been able to be creative. You may have spent some time with friends. I think you had a good time and kind of remembered the more playful side of yourself. All right. Janine Barnes, you're up next. Monday was the Four of Wands reversed. Thanks for understanding, Joanne. I appreciate that. Mondays was the Four of Wands reversed for Janine, and now we have the Two of Wands reversed. So y'all know I pay special attention to halvesy cards, like 2s and 4s, or 3s and 6s, or 4s and 8s of the same suit. And when they're both reversed, that's like even more intense. So Janine, this is like a strong message for you, but it doesn't feel really good. I feel like this week you may have felt really unsettled, not being sure what's going to make you feel comfortable, not being sure what's going on around you, and not being sure how to react or what to think about to create the future you want. So I do feel like it's been a bit difficult and a bit unsettling. And the goal is to just find your stability and find your vision for the future. That's really the key. Ha! Medea Ness, years and years of experience. Right, when you're a creative person, or anything really, years of experience, you can do something quickly because you have the experience. Yeah, Dr. Gaudet, it really is a great card. Okay. Audrey M., so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Hope to see you and anyone else who is local at our tarot meetup this Sunday. Your Monday card was the Seven of Wands. And your today card is the Three of Pentacles. You know, you may have started out the week feeling kind of embattled, but you have ended the week in this really beautiful way, being productive, being creative. I think having received some recognition for yourself. So I feel like you're really working with the energy and moving things forward in a great way. All right. And it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Your Monday card was Seven of Cups reversed. And now we have the High Priestess reversed. I think you may have had a little bit of a tough week. And this could be a Venus retrograde thing as well. I feel like you're not seeing your beauty. You're not seeing your goodness. Like this week, I feel like you may have been kind of hard on yourself this week. And so examine like what you're thinking and how you're processing things. You may be thinking something is your fault when it's not. You may be thinking something is your responsibility when it's not. And so think about that. And I just wanted to acknowledge a comment I saw just a little while ago from Liz Harrison, our new member who found me through Pip, who is also a new member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay, Michelle F., thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Here is your wrap-up card. Michelle F., Ace of Cups. I feel like some good things happened this week. You may have found some personal healing. You may have had a wonderful project handed to you. You may have made a new friend or renewed or deepened a relationship. One way or the other, this feels good and it feels promising for the future. Peggy Lou Levens, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Monday are the King of Wands. And we end the week with the Knight of Wands reversed. You know, I feel like there were some days this week where you might have been in your energy and other days where you might have felt more drained and more tired. I think you're still not feeling your best, my friend. I'm so sorry. And yet, when you are feeling well, you're putting your energy in all the right places towards your healing and towards your well-being, and you know that's going to help you. 64, Amy Penn. So nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Here we go. The Three of Wands reversed. So, Amy, I think this week you really took a critical look at what you want, what you don't want, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and are sort of making decisions for your life going forward based on this estimation. So it feels like you're being both proactive, but also appropriately reflective. Proactive and reflective. Oh, you're not well. That actually, sadly, really makes sense. Your hip was dislocated. How does that even happen? Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry, but you could see how the Three of Wands reversed could talk about that, you know? And then this idea of contemplating makes sense, because when we're not well, what do? We just sit around. So clearly it's all about healing for right now. But this is a card in its reversal that talks about future success and the contemplation thereof. And so I feel like that's going to be part of it. And the job went away because of future surgery, got it, which is okay. That's okay that happened. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's okay. That job was not like the most amazing job. And if y'all don't mind, because Amy's going through this, we're going to just take a minute with Amy here, because that's heavy. Amy, so this whole thing sucks, for sure, and may make you feel really shaken. You may feel really, really shaken, and that would be a normal way to feel. But this is a minor, I mean, it's major surgery, but it's in the whole scheme of things, it is a minor setback on your journey towards your goals. So I'm not minimizing how serious it is, but I am saying this can't take you from you. This doesn't change you, and it ultimately does not change your life. Short term, yes. Long term, no. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Okay. Feel good card, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, it sure is. And Gina, I've been taking a deep look at this week for myself and where I want to have some boundaries at home. Yeah, and what I want to put in play for my own personal well-being. You go. That is the right thing, Gina. That makes sense. All right, my friends, from my perspective, I've come to the end. If I accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. Please do reiterate. If you're here and you have not yet asked for a card and you want to, it's last call for readings, y'all. So tomorrow, well, a couple things. First of all, I do have openings for readings today, tomorrow, Sunday. So definitely reach out. And Sunday we have our meeting, our tarot meeting, our meetup, that's the word, our Cards and Conversation tarot meetup at Panera in Palm City. And I'll be back tomorrow, probably at about 12:30 Eastern Time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. But use the links in the description to book your appointment with me and to get your StarCon ticket or learn more about StarCon. My friends, make sure you get to your tarot scopes as well. Thank you so much. Take care.